share that with you because one thing I know about every single person that is on this live Facebook, that is on this webinar, is that you have your own unique gifts, your own unique talents, and your own unique abilities. And this world needs your gifts, your talents, and your abilities. This world needs you to be an influencer. This world needs you to be an influencer that impacts this world, the world around you, and the world that you're called to in a positive way. And I'm going to show you today the four mindsets in order to do that. So if you're ready, let's jump in. Hey, I need a little bit of feedback. I love live stuff and love some feedback. So if you're ready, I need you to put it into the chat. If you're ready, say, I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you going to put it in the chat? Let's see. Put it in the chat. I'm ready. Or you can give me a little fire emojis or the thumbs up. That's what I'm talking about. I'm ready. Okay, here we go. I'm ready. All right. So number one, first shift that we have to make is the comparison shift. The comparison shift. And I'll tell you, this comparison shift is actually twofold. The first one is we have this tendency to compare ourselves to other people, right? We compare ourselves to other people. We'll look at people that are maybe a further down the path than we are. Maybe they're more experienced. Maybe they're more advanced than we are. And we'll look at them and we'll say, well, I'm not them. And we get frustrated, or we start to make excuses. Or maybe we look at people that we're ahead of. Maybe we're more advanced than other people. We'll look behind us and say, well, you know what? At least I'm not like that Cory Lee guy. I know I'm better than that guy. At least I'm not like him. And we get complacent and we get content. And I had a mentor tell me one time, he said, Cory, when you get to heaven, God isn't going to ask you why you weren't more like Mother Teresa. He's going to ask you why you weren't more like you. Why weren't you more like the Cory Lee that I designed and created you to be? Once again, we all have our own unique gifts, talents, and abilities. We're all called with those gifts and talents. And I want to pause right there just for 1 second. 1 second. Sorry for chasing the rabbit here, right? But that's the second time I've said that. And I've said that you have unique gifts, talents, and abilities. And I think it is very easy to hear something like that or read something like that in a book and kind of nod and nod in agreement and say, I agree with that for somebody else. But when I say you have unique gifts, talents, and abilities, I'm talking about you, Danny. I'm talking about you, Tanny. I'm talking about you, Charles. I'm talking about you, Carl, right? I'm talking about you. You have unique gifts, talents, and abilities. So we don't want to compare ourselves to other people. We want to compare ourselves to our potential, the thing inside of you, that thing that is inside of you that is calling you, the calling that is inside of you, that desire. Desire is an unexpressed possibility seeking to express itself in, with, and through you. We compare ourselves to that. But here's the thing, that's one. The other comparison that we fall into is we compare ourselves to our current results. We compare ourselves and our potential to our current results. We'll look at what we're doing. We look at our current results and we'll say that's all that we're capable of doing, all the potential we have. And we have this inspired idea just come right into our mind. And we'll take a look at this big idea and this inspired idea, and we'll look at the two and they say, well, that doesn't match. You know, that's too big. I've never done anything like that before. That is just too big. But let me ask you guys this. I want you to look around. Look around your room. Is your room big or small? And just in the chat right there, type it up. Is the room you're in big or small? Big or small? Small, yeah, big, small, good. Yeah, good. Well, it depends, right? It depends. The room I'm in right now, if I take this room and I compare it to my bathroom that's downstairs, then this room's kind of big. But if I take this same room and I compare it to the FedEx Forum where, you know, professional sports play, then this room's kind of small, right? The room did not change. The height, the width, the dimensions, none of that changed, but what I compared it to changed. So this room isn't big or small, it just is. And it's the same thing with this inspired idea. It's not big or small, it just is. And when we look at our current results and we say they don't match, they're not going to match. These results are coming from our past performance, and this inspired idea is coming from our future potential. So our first shift is the comparison shift. And here's the shift, my friends. Shift from comparison to calling. Comparison to calling. What I'm trying to say to you is become aware of the things you are interested in. Listen to what other people tell you. You have people around you and they say, man, you're good at that. And it just, for you, it's just, well, it's just this, or it's just that. It comes natural, right? Those things that you find natural and people compliment you on, listen to that. Dig in. Find a good friend or a mentor or a mastermind group or accountability partner or a coach who can come alongside of you to help you, right? So mindset shift number one is the comparison shift. Number two, here we go. Number two, the imagination shift.